Welcome back, fifth graders. Today we are going to be solving one-step equations. Woohoo! I know, we've made it so far. We're going to be building on our knowledge of of operations and basic skills to get us through this. You guys do it. All right, let's go through our learning targets right now. So today you're going to be able to define what an equation is, what the word solve means, what algebra is, and then variable. And then on your own, you're going to be able to complete one-step equations with addition and subtraction. All right, so I'm going to give you a couple tools for your toolbox today, and then you'll get started on your work. All right, we're going to review a couple vocabulary words from earlier this week with order of operations. So, operation is a process in which a number is changed, such as by adding, subtracting, dividing, or multiplying. Today, our algebraic equations, will only have subtraction and addition in them. We need to understand our expression because expressions are important pieces of equations, all right? So, expressions are the combination of numbers, symbols, and operations that show a certain value. So, for example, let's use it in a sentence here. 4 plus 3 is an example of an expression. The reason it's an expression is because it doesn't have an equal sign in it. We might know in our heads what 4 plus 3 is equal to, but since we don't have the equal sign written down, it's still an expression. All right? Next page. All right, some new vocabulary here for you. We're going to be learning algebra today. Algebra is the type of mathematics in which letters, scary, represent numbers. Just kidding, it's not scary at all. All right here below, we have what are called algebraic equations. These are algebraic equations because they hold two things. They hold equal signs. And to have an equation, you must have an equal sign. And they also have these letters in them. And letters in math represent the numbers we don't know yet. And on the next slide, I'm going to tell you what we actually call those letters in math. We call those letters variables. All right, so variables. Variables are a symbol that stands for the quantity, that means number, that can change or have any one set of values. Let's use it in a sentence so we really know what we're saying. In this problem, x is a variable. It is a placeholder for any number. So for this expression, since there's no equal sign here, we can plug in any number we want for x and it will be true. So, for example, we know that oh my gosh, I just forgot the word. What is it called? PEMDAS parentheses exponent. This is an exponent. That means the same thing as multiplying whatever number x is by 2. Multiplying it together twice, my goodness. So, if we replaced x with 2, and we rose it to the second power, that would be the same thing as multiplying 2 times 2 together, which would give us 4. I turned this expression into an equation by adding these guys in right there. Equal signs. All right, moving on, hitting it again. Variables in math represent a number we don't know yet. You're probably wondering why I keep saying yet. Because algebra is great because you always get to solve those problems at the end. No! Oh, phew. All right, that scared me for a second. Okay, so today we are going to solve equations with variables. But before we get started on that, I want us to just focus in on these two vocab words. So the first one is an equation. You've heard me mention it before. Now I'm giving you a picture and a definition. So an equation is, in math, a statement that shows that two expressions are equal. You should be thinking to yourself, expressions, I know what that means. That's a number sentence without an equal sign. You're right. 3 plus 3 is an expression if we hid the equal sign and the 6. But since we have the equal sign and the 6, it becomes an equation because the 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. If it was a scale, this scale would be balanced. They would be equal. All right, and then I'm going to hit variable one more time.
So a variable is a symbol that stands for a quantity that can change or have any one set of values. The only time it changes if it's an expression, and it stays the same if it's an equation. Since we're doing equations today, we're just going to move on from that. Okay, so I tried to hide these problems because I don't really like them. Okay, I know. Me not liking problems. All right. So we're just going to leave it as that. Erase that. Erase it. Nope, keep it, I guess. All right. So if I had the equation 4 plus x equals 10. A lot of you right now are thinking to yourself, Ms. Walsh, I know the answer. I don't need to solve the algebra. I can just do it. Yes, all the problems that you have today, you're going to be able to see what the value of the variable is without doing any computations or operations. However, I want to teach you these operations now so that you know what you're doing. Okay? So this 4 right here is a positive 4. So I'm going to take away 4 because I want to zero it out. And if I do it to one side of the equation, I have to do it to the other side. So I took away 4 on this side. I'm taking away 4 on that side. 4 minus 4 is 0. I bring down the rest. 0 plus x equals 10 minus 4 is 6. 0 plus x is going to keep x the same. So I can get rid of all of this. And x is equal to 6. Now, it's important as mathematicians to always plug in your answer into your equation. So this is me checking my work. 4 plus 6 equals 10. Well, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That does equal 10. 10 equals 10. So we know we are correct. Let's do another one. I'm going to write it right here. We'll do p minus 16 equals 8. The cool thing about algebra is you can literally pick any letter in the alphabet to be your variable. I think I'm going to change my P to a W for Walsh. So W minus 16 equals 8. All right, a lot of you are thinking, I can just add on 8 to see what 16 is, or I can do trial and error until I get an answer of 8. All are great ideas. However, what I'm going to do is W minus 16 is the same thing as negative 16. And the opposite, or the reciprocal, is positive 16. So I'm going to add 16 here. Plus 16. If you had negative $16 in your bank account and I gave you $16, how much money would you have in your bank account? $0. So 0 is the answer. 8 plus 16 is 24. I'm going to copy down the rest. W minus 0. So the number take away 0 is the same thing as W by itself. So W is equal to 24. Now, to be mathematicians, we have to check our work. So I'm going to replace, or what's the other word I wanted to say? Plug in my answer into the equation. So instead of W, I'm going to write 24 minus 16 equals 8. I'm going to write it vertically just so I don't get messed up. 4 minus 6, I can't do. 14 minus 6, I can. Change that 2 to a 1. 14 minus 6 is 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. 8. Does 8 equal 8? Yes, it does. So we are good to go. Now, if that confuses you, I'm going to give you one other way to do it. Okay? So if we have the problem 24 plus P equals 37. What you can do is you can do trial and error. Trial and error would be, okay, I'm going to try 24 plus 6. 24 plus 6 is equal to 30. That's not 37. This doesn't work. Thumbs down. Not okay. Boo. All right. So I'm going to go higher then. I know I need to go higher because I'm not 37 yet. 24 plus 8. That's 32. Nope, not big enough. 24 plus 10. That's 34. That's close. So now I'm going to start going up by ones because 34 is really close to 37. oops, 24 plus 11 is 35. 24 plus 12 is 36. And 24 plus 13 is equal to 37. That seems right. But to double check, actually, I don't even need to double check. This equation looks almost the exact same thing. So I would write P is equal to 13. All right. On your homework, you'll be solving one-step equations. Tomorrow, we're moving into one-step equations with fractions. All right. Have a good day.